And if this kind of continues to go back to the states, the money that was initially, I guess, going to federal programs and so on, would that be going to the state or would it go back to the taxpayer? What do you kind of think would be the best situation? Because some people I know, they'd rather kind of have, the money in their pocket. Some people would rather it go to public schools and so on. So, how do you kind of, I guess moving away from federal is definitely good. But then at the state level, do you think it kind of should just be decided by each state, or what do you think?
Yeah, look, returning education to the states is a good first step, but the utopian or the best move is to return education not just to the states but to the parents. They're the primary decision makers for their own kids. So this funding should ultimately go back to families to then determine how to direct the upbringing of their children and how to educate them. So I think the money should be used for school choice. I know the teachers unions are very concerned about that happening right now. Randy Weingarten, who lobbied the CDC to keep schools closed as long as possible during the COVID era, I mean, they held children's
Mm.
education hostage to secure billions of dollars in ransom payments. They only care about themselves. They don't give a crap about the kids. But she admitted on a podcast, on a left-wing show, that she knows that Trump has said that they'll block grant the funding back to the states. But what she's really concerned about is states like Texas, my home state. Well,
Mm.
we
Mm.
might decide to give the funding to school choice programs. And lo and behold, we did just pass the 16th state to go all in to pass a universal school choice program very recently. It's on its way to the governor's desk very soon. And Texas will be the biggest day one victory for school choice in our nation's history. And that's what the unions are very afraid about right now. They see their power slipping away right between their fingertips as we speak. And that's good news for families, even if it's bad news for people like Randy Weingarten, who make over $500,000 a year to trap your kids in her failing schools. You have places like Chicago, they have like 30 schools
Mm.
with 0% proficiency rates. They spend $30,000 a kid per year. The private schools cost half that amount and do a better job. And so let's let the
Mm.
parents decide. And if that's the public school, that's great. That's your prerogative. But the choice shouldn't be with the government. It shouldn't be with the teachers unions. It should be for the parents to determine for their own children.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.